I'm Karen.
And I'm Tom.
We're going to do our weekly update. No new subscribers, but our watch time was up a little bit and our views were up a little bit, which is good. Working with trying to look at some other YouTube tools. TubeBuddy, I tried a free trial. Found it kind of confusing. vidIQ I'm working with, a free trial of that I'm going to do just to help with some of the titles and keywords and such, so hopefully that'll help, and it just makes hopefully the process a little bit easier. But we're still plugging along, trying to find some interesting content, working on a couple of
What
ideas.
do we got next week? Is that garlic? No.
Well, we're going to be away next week.
Oh, that's right. We're going to see the cows.
Goats.
Anniversary goats.
It's goats on a goat farm,
yeah.
So that'll be fun. We'll post that. And I have a few other things I wanted to post, but we want to take a second and talk a little bit about retirement. Tom is going part-time July 1.
So when I was 65 years old, it was 4 years ago, and I wasn't thinking about Medicare, but you do have to sign up for Medicare when you turn 65, just to let them know that you're out there, even if you don't intend to use it. And in my case, I haven't used it for 4 years. But
Medicare A, you signed up
Medicare A. And there's no cost to do this. You just have to, basically it's a registration with them. So now it's getting serious because I'm now like a month and a couple of days away from retirement. And this isn't retirement, it's semi-retirement. It's going to be part-time with no benefits. But in terms of the medical insurance, Medicare is definitely essential at this point. So one of the last things that I was able to complete or needed to complete was a form that proves to Medicare that you have been continuously covered by medical insurance. And this is filled out by the employer in my case, because there's no gap in my employment history. And that was the final step that I needed to do. So I walked it over to my Social Security Administration office and handed it to him, and then said, I just want you to tell me everything's good to go. And she said, everything's good to go. So on July 1st, I should have a new card, Medicare card.
And we're also working with an insurance broker to get some supplemental plans. And I was planning to do another video on Medicare because it is very confusing.
It's confusing to me.
It's very confusing.
I'm
it's a little
IT guy.
confusing to us, and we work, I'm a finance person. I work with, a lot of finance stuff, and there are penalties if you don't do it right. So you really want to make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah, like even though I've been continuously covered by my employer health care, if I didn't get this paper into Medicare in time, I would have to pay a penalty for the rest of my life because
yeah, we have to look. I think it's a couple of years, but it's a substantial penalty.
And it's just, there's no reason for it, for something that's so simple for the employer to do. But and in their defense, they do have a website that tells you where you're at, what you need to do in your filing application, stuff like that. So it's not like it's out of the blue. But I really didn't focus in on it until about 2 months ago, and then we had to learn. Of course, you haven't had a reason to know about it because you're only 63.
Yeah.
But we got up to speed.
But like I said, we'll do a whole video on that. Just, a lot of people don't really understand what all the different parts are and when you should file your enrollment period. So it's important to do it right and to get help. There are insurance brokers out there. They are frequently associated with insurance companies, but you can get advice on what plans to choose. So hopefully maybe they'll do that next couple of weeks.
It seems that getting coverage by doctors under Medicare isn't as big a deal as I was afraid it was. I'm sure some of my practitioners won't want to do business with me. And as a class, certain types of services may be harder to get. This is not a big deal to us because we're well enough off so we don't really worry about out-of-pocket stuff on a day-to-day basis. But nevertheless, there's some health things that I was just trying to clean up. So I haven't had a colonoscopy in 5 years. That is the recommended interval, 5 to 10 years for me, because I've never had a problem with it. Nevertheless, before I come off my employer-sponsored health care, I will have my colonoscopy in late June and get all that wrapped up.
So probably a little short for today. Please subscribe. We'd love to grow the channel, and we have some interesting things coming up, and we'd love you to join the journey.
And tell your friends, please.
Yes. Okay, bye for now.
Bye-bye. Okay, good enough.